Right, we're not doing introductions, but very quickly. The other Wednesday, Bruce Springsteen played at Anfield with 70,000. I went the other way to Chester to see this man, who was called Willi Carlisle, and there were 70 people there. So, well, Tulsa's last magician got his start at 4. Took a quarter from his own ear and spun it on the floor. He learned there's no good tricks but old tricks, and lying ain't that hard. So he saved up all his quarters and he bought a deck of cards. Then he learned ragtime piano, though his teacher thought him slow. He taught himself karate from a pawn shop video. And he practiced all his worst mistakes in a dirty bathroom mirror. And when his parents drank, he learned to disappear. But his classmates thought him funny and good at sleight of hand. But he had this grand finale none of them could understand. And it's hard to tell the story of a family sawn in half. That's why Tulsa's last magician left his home so fast. Well, he was down and out in Reno, broke in Santa Fe, turning tricks in Los Llanos down in California, where they got him up against a wall, said, "Buddy, get a grip." So he learned to set himself on fire in the Las Vegas Strip. Then he headed down to Tampa, blew everybody's mind, but the crowd was soft and easy there on beer and blowing wine. I wonder where my dollar went, how did that flower grow so fast? He said, "I can't reveal my secrets, for they rarely fail to ask." And the crowds all thought him funny and good at sleight of hand, but he had this grand finale none of them would understand. They demanded explanations when the card turned was their own. That's why Tulsa's last magician lost his faith, headed home. Well, he said he'd learn computers like his second foster dad, and free range all the rabbits that were living in his hat. His investments all went swimmingly, had the boss on hidden strings. Promotion was a certainty, he could make those numbers sing. Well, time and place are easy for magic to control, but it was 40 years of working before he noticed he was old. Now his great escaping act is just untying both his shoes. And he spends his days in his easy chair just yelling at the news. But the weatherman is funny, he's talking with his hands, but there are black clouds coming and no one understands that someone's true religion is just someone else's joke. And that's why Tulsa's last magician pretty much went up in smoke. So friends, if you're the kind who no one quite gets who you are, if you're a cobbler or mechanic in this age of flying cars, if you can see behind what's right before your eyes, you might be a small town's last magician in disguise. And we need you to be funny, please be good at sleight of hand, cause there's this grand finale none of us can understand. And there's a 1 in 52 chance it's real magic and it's true. So won't you please help us believe? Got to believe. You really must believe.